Have you ever felt like there's a constant tug-of-war happening inside your head? A battle between two completely opposing forces, where one wants to lift you up and the other just, well, wants to drag you down.
Oh my gosh, Echo, only every single day of my life. I mean, sometimes it feels like I'm my own worst enemy, and then other times I'm just brimming with, positive vibes. It's wild.
Exactly. That feeling, that internal struggle, it's not new. In fact, it's a concept that's been explored by cultures for centuries. And today, on Forgotten Tales, we're diving into one of the most powerful and insightful renditions of this idea, a story that comes to us from the wisdom of the Cherokee people.
I'm Ashley, and I'm so excited for this one. For those of you just tuning in, Forgotten Tales is where we unearth and share those incredible stories, myths, and legends that have shaped human understanding for generations. We're talking everything from the dark whimsy of the Brothers Grimm to the enchanting worlds of Hans Christian Andersen, the thrilling adventures from 1001 Nights, and so much more. If it's a story that needs to be told, you'll find it here.
I'm Echo, and I absolutely love the diversity of tales we get to explore. Today's story, The Two Wolves Legend, is a beautiful example of oral tradition. It's been passed down through generations of the Cherokee people, a deeply spiritual and resilient nation. What's fascinating about this particular story is how simple it is on the surface, yet how profound its message truly is. It's not just a children's tale, it's a guide to living.
And it's really gained a lot of popularity in recent years, becoming almost a modern parable, But its roots are so ancient and so powerful, it makes you realize that humanity's core struggles haven't really changed that much, even with all our tech and progress.
Absolutely. It speaks to something fundamental about the human condition. So, without further ado, let's step into this story. Imagine, if you will, an old Cherokee chief. He's sitting by a crackling fire, the smoke curling up into the twilight sky. Beside him, attentive and eager to learn, is his young grandson. The chief is teaching him about life, as elders so often do, passing down the wisdom of their ancestors. He turns to the boy, his eyes twinkling with age and understanding, and he says, "My son, there's a terrible fight going on inside me." The grandson, his brow furrowed with concern, looks up at his grandfather, wondering what kind of battle this wise old man could possibly be facing.
A terrible fight. I love how direct that is. It really captures that feeling of internal conflict, doesn't it? It's not just a minor disagreement, it's a full-on war sometimes.
And the chief continues, "It is a terrible fight between two wolves. One is evil." He pauses, letting the words hang in the air, a gravity in his voice. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego.
Wow, that's a whole lot of negative emotion packed into one wolf. I mean, honestly, just hearing that list makes me feel a bit heavy. Anger, envy, those are such primal destructive feelings. And then you have false pride and ego, which are like the subtle, insidious ones that creep in without you even noticing sometimes.
Exactly. It's a comprehensive list of what can truly undermine our peace and happiness. But then the chief continues. The other wolf is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith.
Oh, what a contrast. Just reading that list, you can almost feel a lightness. Joy, peace, love, those are the things we all strive for, right? And humility and empathy are so important, especially in today's world, where it feels like those qualities are sometimes in short supply.
Indeed. The chief then tells his grandson, "The same fight is going on inside every person, my son." He makes it clear that this isn't just his struggle. It's a universal one that every human being faces, regardless of their background or where they come from.
That's such a crucial part of the story, Echo. It takes it from being just a chief's personal battle to something deeply relatable. Suddenly you're not alone in feeling those conflicting emotions. Everyone's got their good wolf and their bad wolf duking it out.
Right. And after hearing all of this, the grandson, thoughtful and a little bit worried, looks up at his grandfather and asks the question we all want to know. Which wolf will win, grandfather?
The million-dollar question. I remember the first time I heard this story, I was on the edge of my seat, waiting for the answer. Because you really do want to know, right? You want to know if there's a trick, some secret weapon to make the good wolf win every time.
And the old chief, with a gentle smile, replies, "The one you feed."
Boom! There it is. And honestly, Echo, that answer, it's so simple yet so incredibly profound. It's not about defeating the evil wolf, it's about empowerment, it's about choice.
Absolutely. That single line encapsulates so much wisdom. It's not about magic or about somehow eradicating the evil parts of ourselves. It's about conscious choice and consistent effort. We all have the capacity for anger, for envy, for all those negative emotions. They're part of the human experience. But we also have the capacity for joy, peace, and love.
Yeah, and I think that's why this story resonates so much. It doesn't tell you to deny those harder emotions. It acknowledges they're there, right? That they're part of the fight. But it gives you the agency to decide which one gets stronger.
Precisely. Think about it in practical terms. If you constantly dwell on past regrets, or nurse grudges, or feed into envy when you see someone else's success, what are you doing? You're essentially nourishing that evil wolf. You're giving it strength, making it bigger and more dominant within you.
Oh, absolutely. It's like if you spend all your time scrolling through social media feeling bad about yourself because of what other people are posting, you're feeding the inferiority wolf, the envy wolf. You're not helping yourself at all.
And it's not just those big, obvious acts. It can be subtle, too. Like how often do we indulge in a little self-pity or let resentment simmer over something minor? Every time we replay that negative scenario in our heads, every time we choose to believe a lie we tell ourselves about our capabilities, that's a morsel for the wrong wolf.
That's such a good point. It's so easy to fall into that trap, to think that just because a thought pops into your head, you have to let it stay there and build a whole little narrative around it. But this story is like, nope, you're the bouncer at the club of your mind.
Exactly. You decide who gets in and who gets a VIP pass to the inner sanctum. Conversely, when you choose gratitude, when you practice forgiveness, when you reach out with kindness, or when you find joy in small moments, you're feeding the good wolf. You're strengthening those positive qualities, making them more present and influential in your life.
It really highlights the power of our attention, doesn't it? Like what we choose to focus on, what thoughts we let take root and grow, that's what defines our inner landscape. It's not just about big, grand gestures, but the daily, quiet choices.
100%. It's in those small, consistent actions. Choosing to respond with patience instead of anger, or choosing to look for the good in a challenging situation, rather than immediately succumbing to sorrow or regret. Even choosing to be benevolent towards someone who might not deserve it in that moment. That's a feed.
I think benevolence is an interesting one because it's not just kindness, it's almost like active goodwill. It's wishing someone well even when it's hard. And then humility, that's a tough one for a lot of people, myself included sometimes. We live in a world that often rewards ego and superiority, so choosing humility feels countercultural.
It absolutely does. But if you look at the strength and peace that comes from true humility, not self-abasement, but a clear understanding of your place in the world, free from arrogance and false pride, that's a profound strength. It makes room for empathy and connection, which are huge feeds for the good wolf.
And it also means that the evil wolf never truly goes away, right? It's always there, a part of our nature. So it's not about eradicating it, which honestly sounds exhausting anyway, but about managing it and making sure it doesn't run the show.
That's a fantastic point, Ashley. It's not about being perfect or never feeling negative emotions. It's about acknowledging them, understanding their presence, and then consciously choosing not to amplify them. It's about awareness and then intention. It's accepting that the darkness exists, but deciding you won't give it control.
And that can be really hard sometimes, When you're in the thick of a stressful situation or someone's really pushed your buttons, it feels almost impossible to choose peace over anger or generosity over greed. But this story reminds you that the choice is still there, even if it's a difficult one.
It absolutely is difficult, and that's where the practice comes in. It's a lifelong journey, not a one-time decision. Every day presents new opportunities to feed one wolf or the other. And the more you consciously feed the good wolf, the stronger it becomes, and the easier those choices become over time. It's about building those neural pathways for positivity.
It's like building a muscle, right? The more you work it out, the stronger it gets. So if you're consistently working out your kindness muscle, your empathy muscle, your joy muscle, those become your default responses. And then when the anger wolf tries to sneak in, it's got less room to roam.
Exactly. And what I really appreciate about this Cherokee wisdom is that it places the power firmly within ourselves. We are not victims of our emotions or circumstances. We are the ones who decide which forces will dominate our inner world. It's incredibly empowering. It puts the responsibility, but also the ultimate freedom, squarely in our hands.
It really is, and it makes you think about how you approach your day, you know? Are you consciously trying to find moments of gratitude? Are you practicing compassion, even for people who might rub you the wrong way? Because those are all tiny little snacks for your good wolf. Even just choosing to believe in hope when things feel bleak, that's a feed.
A tiny snack for the good wolf. I love that image. It's those little moments that build up. And faith isn't just about religion. It can be faith in yourself, faith in humanity, faith that things will improve. These are powerful feeds for the good wolf. So, the next time you feel that internal struggle, that tug of war, remember the old chief and his grandson. Remember the two wolves and the simple, profound truth. The one you feed is the one that wins.
Such a powerful reminder. It's not about eliminating the dark, but about illuminating the light within ourselves through our choices. And that, my friends, is a takeaway we can all use every single day.
Absolutely. And that brings us to the end of another captivating tale here on Forgotten Tales. We hope this story of the two wolves has offered you some reflection and perhaps a new perspective on your own inner battles.
It certainly has for me. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. It really helps us out and lets us know you want more stories like this.
And don't forget to subscribe to Forgotten Tales and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our next adventure into the world of ancient wisdom and timeless stories. We've got so many more incredible narratives from across cultures and centuries waiting to be shared.
Yeah, seriously, you won't want to miss what we have coming up. From myths to legends, fables to folklore, we're always digging up something fascinating. So, until next time, remember to feed your good wolf and keep those stories alive.
Indeed. Farewell for now, and may your inner wolf of peace and joy always triumph.